His name's Steve Rogers, but everyone knows him as Captain America, and the tower is home to him for a part of each year. As much as anything is home to him, even in part. Even up here, he feels like he lives in a foreign country called the future.
That was a little reading from the new graphic novel, Endless War Times.
That looks amazing, by the way.
Endless Wartime, written by Mike McCone.
That just came out last week. So go ahead and pick it up. It might be good. We don't know because we just opened it right now.
I know.
I'll be reading it throughout the...
just random quotes.
We'll have a little review at the end of this
podcast. I will not be saying
podcast.
anything for the next 15 minutes.
Until Walking Dead comes on.
This is...
Yeah, then I'm going to be like...
All right, go ahead.
This is Undercity Chaos in the mind of the comic. Get go! I'm your host, MTR, also known as Matt the Ratt, and as always...
Renee.
Billy. 20th century man.
I would like to point out that I might be a little bit hostile because I am the water temple of Legend of Zelda, so I'm a little bit frustrated right now.
I was cracking up that was your Facebook post yesterday. It was like, I'm at the water temple, but don't worry, I've been preparing.
Obviously not.
I know. I'm like flipping out on Matt right here.
I've never played Ocarina of Time, but I've heard legend of the water.
The water temple is the worst thing in the world.
On this
20
like, on the remake of the 3DS, they added a couple more things to it too. So I'm like, damn it!
So it's just one long level.
No, it's not that it's a long level. It's that it's like 5 different, literally like levels.
Like stages.
Like
that you have to do.
yeah, so like you have to do something like down at the bottom in order to access something at the top. And you have to constantly hit different crystals to rise and lower the water.
And if you mess up, you have to start all over again.
And, like, you never remember what crystals lift the water or drop the water. Like, it's impossible to remember.
I'm already mad. Like,
see? I know.
I'm already angry.
All right, you guys, this week we're going to be talking about episode 5 of season 4 of The Walking Dead. Of course, this week's brand new comic, Kirkman's new TV show. Spidey is apparently going to be on the same side as the New York Fire Department. What? The trial of Jean Grey is coming soon. And Twilight Zone fans, be excited because we got some good news. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into it right about meow. How you guys doing this week?
Pretty good.
I am doing pretty good. Can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sexy.
Speak up a little bit more.
I had a pretty good weekend as far as like comic book media goes.
Actually, here, hold on. Keep talking,
he's a
Billy.
little quiet. Yeah, keep going.
Bam! Gave you just 10 decibels right there.
That's really? Wow, okay.
Oh, it did absolutely
nothing.
Oh, it's because I hired up 20th Century Man. Go ahead.
All right, can you hear me now? Oh, yeah, that's perfect. I had a good weekend. Every comic book show that I watched was good. Like, all of them.
Even My Little Pony?
I don't watch. I watched 3. I watched 3 right now. It's
Wait, you've watched 3 My Little Ponies?
No, I watched 10.
No.
I watched Arrow was great. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was great, and all of them like really hit it home. So I was really happy.
20th Century Man. Put the fucking graphic novel down, man.
I just saw Captain America fighting Nazis. I'm excited. Yeah.
What's new?
I'll tell you what's new, man. Not much. I missed out on Thor, but Walking Dead was good. I'm all caught up with Arrow. I'm a week behind on Shield. I'm about to give up on Shield. We'll talk about that later. Don't look at me like that, Renee.
He was literally looking at
the list. I'm looking at the list.
He's looking down. Don't look at me like that, Rene.
But I will tell you guys, just to hype another podcast. Sorry, Matt, the Rat.
You literally turned his mic down.
No. Check for comic book fans. Check out the Nerdist this week. Nerdist. If you don't know the Nerdist, he hosts Talking Dead. It's Chris Hardwick.
Oh, so annoying.
And dude, I will play you a clip after the show of his musical act, Hard and Firm, and he will change your mind on Chris Hardwick.
No one has ever come up with me hard and firm, and I changed my mind.
I think
it's Chris Hardwick. Yeah! It's Chris Hardwick and Mike Furman, so they call themselves Hard and Firm.
On a little side note, like, is it just me, or is Chris Hardwick becoming like the Ryan Seacrest of the nerd world?
He is.
Yes.
He's like, Well, because he's self-proclaimed, and he's willing to like do like all these shows.
He has nothing better to do throughout the day. He's like, what am I going to do? Run my comic book shop? Of
Yeah.
course I'll fucking work for
But he
you.
has-
I think the first time I saw him, he was like on G4. He did like
Little segments on Attack of the Show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little texts. Like
He was the gadget prompt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the gadget. And then like after what's his name? The guy left. The main guy left.
Yeah, he came on.
And then he came on
and got even more annoying. And then
Hardwick, though,
No.
I'll tell you, Hardwick's comedy, like he knows a lot of people in the industry. Like he's like in that enclave of like Patton Oswalt and all those guys who are,
Because
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt's funny.
who are like hardcore
He's
nerds.
actually funny.
Yeah, like he
I'm
is
telling you,
hilarious.
I will play you some stuff that you.
No, I mean,
Chris
I
Hardwick.
like Chris Hardwick.
He's funny.
I see him on
But it's just-
everything,
you know what
which
it is?
I'm kind
It's-
of like, wow.
But it's just with Talking Dead, it's like you have to talk about another show. So yeah, I mean you're.
Well, it's a bad that he cuts out everybody and he keeps talking like this.
He's the host of the show.
So freaking annoying.
Sometimes
Annoying.
Sometimes hosts of the shows don't let other people talk. You know how that is.
That is one big pile of shit.
I gotta say, man.
You of all people should know that as the host, sometimes you cut people off.
No, you drive people. You don't. He doesn't.
What?
I think I want to punch him and Ryan Seacrest
know why
now
you're
because
mad at
I relate them both now.
You know why
they
you're
both
mad-
look the same, just like a two
You know
double
why
punch
you're
right
mad
next
at
to each
him?
other.
Because
He's white and good looking, but annoying, and somehow still making more money than me.
That should be me. That's why you're annoyed.
That should be.
I don't
No,
even
because
care.
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to do the things.
You wouldn't
that
want to
he
do a
does.
show about it where he talks about the Walking Dead. You wouldn't want
It goes to Comic Con.
Not for an hour, I'll tell you that much.
We do
Only
that
30
every-
only
we do
30
that
minutes. Only 30
I know we
minutes.
do that every week.
No, it's just he bugs like his stupid little smile, the way he talks. Like it's not to me. It's not very.
He's got a beautiful girlfriend
I don't care about his girlfriend.
who dresses
Honestly,
like, who dresses like Doctor Who
the
sometimes.
this is all I gotta say for a person that owns a badass comic book
Does he
shop.
own Meltdown? Is he the owner of Meltdown? Or
He is
he's-
the owner of Meltdown.
Oh, he is. Okay.
I believe so.
Oh no, dude.
Why do you care what? I had a girl dress up as Wonder Woman for Halloween.
I don't know what that has to
Props
do
to
with
you.
anything right now.
I like that story. Though.
Okay,
I know because we all know what happened.
from the person.
She also undresses.
We see, we all knew that. You didn't really have to say that.
Pics or it didn't happen.
So he owns the comic book shop and does The
I'm
Walking Dead.
I'm looking it up right now.
All right, if I'm wrong, whatever.
No,
Still,
I don't know. I just want. I don't know. If
still,
he
he does. All right, let's just say this: he does a podcast through the Nerdist at Meltdown Comics,
Okay.
and obviously, you are the host of the Talking Dead. You think you would have more Walking Dead stuff at your freaking comic book shop that you're at? They don't have anything.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean no. Why? What is that? That doesn't mean anything. He got hired for that job.
I went up there. I was like, I'm going to go see the Walking Dead stuff. They'll have cool stuff, maybe even props or stuff like that. Not a fucking wink of it, dude. Not a fucking.
That's a
wink.
good comic book store. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Can you buy the issues there?
Yeah, can
Yeah.
you buy?
But we have a better,
Then what-
but we have a better selection here than there,
But what else
really?
do you need though? All you need is the.
I
comic.
want.
dude. They have pop figures. They have. Have you ever been on Skybound.com yet?
How do we argue about other stores all the time?
Because we go to the most badass one, Undercity Comics.
Undercity Comics.
Undercity Comics.
In
11219
Whittier.
First Avenue, Whittier.
I might add,
California.
we just got competition right down the street. We have Fats
F
that
that.
opened a new place.
Competition.
Competition.
Please.
You know, if you're like competing in the market for paying $10
We're
a
still
back
going to
issue.
keep our people here.
Hey, I actually just bought a $10 back issue recently, but in my defense, it was a Swamp Thing number 8
You know what I just bought?
in like freaking good
You
condition.
know, I wanted to get. I wanted to
tell
get.
you what,
no,
I just
I'm gonna
bought-
kill your mic, you
I
bastard.
just bought Avengers Endless Wartime here in hardcover. Pristine hardcover.
Don't kill his mic. Let him
Pristine-
talk. Let him talk.
Shrink
No, I'm
wrapped.
just-
Beautiful. Look at this thing. Pristine condition. No other
It only came out a week ago.
No other-
Pristine condition.
no other geek's hands have been on this. It was shrink wrapped, waiting for me on the shelf. Alphabetized shelf here. Okay, I don't have
Yeah,
to
there
dig
is.
around.
I have to admit that.
And it-
That's like the most convenient thing about coming here. It's like, I want Batman Hush. Well, go look at Batman with the B's, then go look under H's, and you'll find it. It's not like, well, good luck on your fucking hunt.
It's
everything's-
somewhere around there.
Everything's labeled, and Sue will walk you back and say, "Here it is." And while you're at it, if you like this, here's this, and this.
Yeah. I like that. You know, we're nerds
We'll take your
here.
money.
We're really good nerds when it comes to that. We're not geeks.
So there you go.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I thought you meant like we're not geeks, like not the store, but like geeks. I was like, what are you talking about? Of
Well, it was
course,
kind
we're
of like
geeks.
a.
Is it most of the people at this table right now at this store because of that place?
Yeah, basically, we're all practically here because of that. So I have a question. What's the difference between a nerd and a geek?
Nerd is smart. Geek is just like gets wet over shit.
Well, yeah, that's basically a geek
Yeah.
is someone who is a nerd. Is someone I think that the distinction is that when you're a nerd, it's more of an intellectual thing, whereas geeks obsess over things in pop culture like comic books or movies or music. Or
I'm
things like
both.
that.
Some D&D.
No D&D, not for me.
Really? I've been always interested by
Watch
D&D.
the last episode of Freaks and Geeks.
Listen,
and then you-
listen to
I
drunk.
saw that. Yeah.
Listen to
Carlos the dwarf.
Listen to Drunks and Dragons. It's a podcast, Drunks and Dragons, and it will change your mind. Heavily.
I always wanted to do that little role playing thing too. LARP. I've always wanted a LARP.
You wanted to LARP? They have LARPing all around here.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it. By
I think I'm
myself.
tall enough to be an elf.
Like,
You want me to do it? I'll do it with you, dude. I'll LARP with you, dude.
If it's Shane needs to do it too.
Why didn't you just do it with Shane then?
Because he
Shane is
doesn't go
this
anymore.
badass, awesome metalhead that looks like he belongs in like Nova Scotia or something, but he lives here. And he has like this beautiful mane, and of course his favorite comic book character is Thor. He's like,
Is that true? I didn't know that.
He
about
likes
Shane.
Thor. He likes Batman now, and he's starting to get. He's like jumping off the place since I brought him here. Like he reads Spider-Man, Batman. He likes Star Wars though. He
Does he like
loves
Superman?
Star Wars.
Oh, I got to talk to Shane about
No
Star Wars.
Superman.
He is a fan of the superiority.
I might add, I had a gun pointed at me this weekend by a cop because of Billy.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to get to this. I did want to hit this before we hit anything. So, for those of you who do not follow Billy the Kid on Facebook, he said, I see this post of him on, was it Sunday?
Yeah.
He's like, did anyone else go to the free show in Lenox? Why'd the cops go crazy like that? So I start scrolling down. It's like, yeah, bro, my friend had to jump the fence. We ended up in the back of a cop car. Like, I want to hear this story.
All right,
man.
I'll break it down as fast as possible.
No, let's spend some time.
No.
We have to cut
no,
this
no.
because we have a lot to talk
Yeah, we have
I
a
know,
lot
but
of topics.
I love
Basically, Billy and I were supposed to go to Union 13 over in La Habra at 300 Bowl, right down the street from us.
I know exactly where that is.
And he's like, dude, why don't we just go to this free show? It's free. We don't have to pay anything. I'm like, no, Billy, like, let's go here. He's like, no, come on, man. It'll be cool. I'm like, well, why is it free? And he's like, because there's a possibility that it might get raided. So we get there. My
How
dad,
can you not go?
my dad, it's an abandoned house that somehow still has power. And then right when you see the cop lights go up front, and there's no band playing at my dad, like everyone's like, let's just randomly hit notes. Like no band is
Yeah,
fucking
that was
playing.
crap.
And once the lights come, of course, every Mexican, like 20 deep at the same time, are just jumping over the wall.
What else do we do?
So,
funny.
like,
That's
in
our
every
go-to
dude, it was like, I kid you not, I'm not over exaggerating. It's like turning on a light and finding a family of cockroaches, and they're just scattering everywhere.
It looked like World War Z climbing the wall.
Yeah. So then I'm about to jump the wall, and the cop is coming. I'm like, fuck this. Like, I'm gonna. There's no point. So there's a chair right behind me, like a lawn chair. I just sit on it, and I'm just waiting. And the cops are yelling at everybody and pointing guns, and I'm just sitting on the chair, relaxing, like, he'll get to me eventually. So it's like, everybody back against the wall. So we go against the wall, and I'm next to Billy, and I kid you not, within that moment of going against the wall, I smelled pee heavily.
Somebody peed themselves.
Somebody peed this. No, it gets better. Then about 2 minutes later, I smell poop. Somebody not only pissed themselves, but crapped themselves. Dude, I was like,
Shit themselves.
and they're like hands against the wall, and they made us all go to each other. And I go, oh fuck that! And I back up a little bit, and I leave my hands in there. I was like, dude, someone just crapped themselves. I'm not staying right there. He's like, all right, whatever. So they're giving us a hard time. They end up grabbing two of our buddies that we went with. But they don't detain them or anything. They just like get their ID and they run their name and they let them go. So we all got let go. But I felt bad for the kid next to me. He was like everybody that's 16 and under, go over here. Everybody that's 18, go over here. And the guy goes, I just turned 18 today. And I remember like, happy birthday, bro.
I think we all said happy birthday to him. The cops had to sat down.
Here's what it says.
Yeah. I
Here's
was about to read it too.
Here was
Yeah,
Billy's actual post. Did anyone else go to the free show in Lenox last night? Man, those cops were really in a bad mood last night to rate it that way. And then, where was my favorite quote? Oh, yeah. Here's Billy. They were all screaming and shit at us, making us sit down and stand up and face walls. Whack attack.
Whack attack! Yeah.
No, then it gets better. And then it gets even better. No, it gets better.
Whack attack.
It gets
I will
better.
say that from now on.
I go, Billy. Let's go to that show at Bowling 300. He goes, what time is it? I go, it's 9:00. That's how early it got rated. We were like, let's get that.
God,
He's like, hell yeah, let's go, dude. Let's go to that show.
I think my night actually got a lot more wasted after that.
I know, right?
I felt bad for the 300. I hope they're not listening, but if you find puke all over a urinal,
Oh, dude, no.
like somebody that totally missed, it was me. It was so bad.
Yeah. Oh, man. I didn't even know. Really, dude? You puked?
Like,
I wouldn't have gave you that beer, man. I bought a pitcher for us.
Like, I remember, like, I was peeing, like, in the urinal, and then I was like, oh, there it comes. And I totally missed.
Well, you know.
And then I kind of missed the toilet, too.
Let me ask you this.
And then I went to the smoking area, and I kind of missed everywhere that place, too.
Wait, the one that was indoors or outdoors?
The outdoors one.
Oh, okay, good. I was going to say, the indoors one, you're a dick.
You guys ended up coming back to La Habra?
Yeah.
We went over there to get raided by cops just to drive back to where we were originally supposed to go.
Awesome. See, Bill, but you have a story, so that's it was worth the story.
My little redheaded friend was really scared.
Can we really have a section on the show now, a segment called Whack Attack, and we just
I know, yes.
I'm down. Like, for messed up crap that's happened to us, I'm down.
Whack
I'm down.
attack, yes.
All right, let's
Love
go ahead.
it.
Let's get into it, you guys. It is time for
that the theme? Oh, I
The
love
Walking Dead. You know, it was probably one of the most interesting Walking Deads we've had in quite a while. There's not an aspect of this episode I did not love. Everybody and everything happened at, I believe, the perfect time. I love that Rick now finally is accepting Carl is in this predicament and needs to be a part and have his job as well, not just hiding behind a fence. Or farming.
That fence was...
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, right? And, of course, the very big surprise at the end was the governor...
A lot of comment coming right there.
Sitting there menacingly. And it was like, you know what? Technically, they didn't have him on the seat for the Talking Dead, so we knew he wasn't gone. When they're gone, they always have the goodbye episode. So I can't wait for that goodbye episode if it ever happens. But that is kind of the same situation that happened inside the comic books, was that he disappears just for a brief moment and he comes back. But he doesn't come back alone, so this is kind of weird. I don't know if he's alone, if he killed the other guys that he was rolling with. What happened?
He was just standing by himself, right?
Yes, he was. And then even in the previews for the next episode,
He's just camping out by himself.
It's just him camping by himself. A walker comes towards him, trips over the fire, and he just does not move. So,
does he ever get upgraded? Does he ever become like the senator?
The senator.
Senator.
He's like, now that I'm alone, I'm the president.
No, but if they were to ever do this in this season, they should do an episode where like they show where his whereabouts were.
I think that's what the next
might
episode
do.
is.
Yeah.
It might
I think
do.
the next episode's all like going to be all about him.
But
It's
then
gonna
if
go
that,
back and show exactly like after he left.
like after season 3.
but then you know what's going to happen then, right?
I was going to say
We're at
after
our
he went
mid-season
crazy.
premiere. That's it. It's going to be done for. That's going to be the mid-season finale right there.
You think so?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
isn't it 6 episodes in, and the whole thing is only like what 10 episodes usually?
Oh, I think it's like 13, 14 episodes this season.
Really?
Yeah,
depends.
they had to have more
It
episodes.
depends, like, 'cause I mean, the first season was like 5.
Yeah.
So it depends, like, I think with the popularity, it should, like, go at least up to, like, really higher than that.
I would like at least 8. 8 seems very nice. And
For a
then,
whole season?
And then, yeah. No,
No,
for a whole
for
season.
half.
Oh, yeah,
for
that's
the
great.
mid-season stuff. Because, I mean, even last time it was what? It was 6 episodes last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 6 episodes.
And that honestly, it wasn't very fulfilling. But the fence went down. The fence finally broke. That's when he needed Carl to help him out, and then even then, Carl got a freaking AK that was bigger than him, and dude just
I
handled
take
business.
issue with that. I believe it was an M16.
Okay, it was an M16, but nonetheless, he saves his dad's life.
He does. He
And-
does.
And
That's-
that's not the first time, dude. Carl's had to bail him out a couple times now.
Yeah, but it goes vice versa. Where's Carl? He was supposed to be protecting the sofa, and he's not inside of the house.
You know what? You know what I loved about this issue? It was like he told Carl to do things and he followed orders. He's like, "Stay, okay." It's like, "Okay, now you can come out." Okay, like everything he told him to do, he did.
I just thought it was weird that it kept like he wouldn't go fully into the room. He's like, Carl.
Oh, because he didn't want to infect him.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah,
weird.
because he was in cell block D.
Carl.
Rick
Carl.
was.
Carl.
I gotta do
That's
stuff.
pretty good, man.
That's how he
Do
sounded.
it again.
Carl. Carl. When he whispers,
That
it's
is
like,
pretty good.
Carl. Carl. like the A and the R were like fucking 4 A's and like 6 R. Carl.
Well, because it's this guy trying to do a southern accent.
You know, like
Yeah.
It's like you're
Yeah.
3 deep already.
And you know he's English too, so
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
trying
it's-
hard.
You're
No,
like
it's-
whisper yelling, like the spit, sorry. But you're like whisper yelling. You do that thing where you're like, Carl!
Carl.
Right? Like, what is that? Like, you might as well be like, Carl! You'd be
Yeah.
like, what? What's
Well,
wrong?
and then it bugged me that Carl wouldn't come out right away. What are you doing in there?
Right?
Well,
Wow!
well,
Meatloaf!
No.
Mom,
No.
where's the meatloaf?
Reminds me of what my dad used to tell me at these times. Oh, yeah? What's that? Why you in the restroom all goddamn day and night? Why don't you get out there and give someone else a chance?
Why is the water running?
You know,
Do that again. I liked it. That's my favorite.
Carl.
There it is.
yeah.
That's good, man.
Carl. Yeah, you know,
pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though this makes no sense whatsoever, it really helped me out. Since we're talking about running, you said running water. When I used to go to a significant other's house and have to use the restroom, and
Run the sink?
I would run the sink.
Run
Yeah,
the
Because you don't want anyone knowing what you're doing. You know?
even though they all know
Yeah,
what I'm
because you're
doing.
taking a long time in there with the water running.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anyone.
Let me tell you guys. I've been married 11 years, and every time I still have to go at the in-laws' house, I am not comfortable enough to I was like, I'm gonna go home. I'll be right back because they don't.
Wait, you don't do it at the jazz
I've-
kitchen? Or?
well, sometimes at work it's different because you're getting paid for it. So it's like I'll save it up and actually do it at work. It's like, oh, I'm getting paid for it right now.
That's what I do too. When I'm at work, I'm like shitting on your time, not mine.
But because you can hear it, like the house is quiet or something.
Yeah.
And it's always like the wrong time when like the blast comes. It's like the TV goes from loud to we're in between just for commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like when you're at a concert and you're trying to yell something to a friend and all the music goes silence and everybody hears
Yeah.
you? You're like, shit.
Because you're like Rene, dick face, and the music stops right before you say dick face, and everybody turns around.
Yeah, and they look at you and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Or I've had times where I'm like, dude, this band kind of sucks. And like, when the music ends.
It's quiet.
And I have more stories about that later. But
Who made somebody did make a prediction that the governor will be making an appearance again.
everybody,
That was you. I thought he was kind of gone just because it made more sense.
No, I knew he was going to.
But I did say that he would come back. I said that he does come back in the comics. Any predictions on maybe Carol? I think Carol might come back and save the day. What do you guys think?
she does what needs to be done. She said it already.
So
I
what
don't know
needs to
what
be
to
done right
say.
now then? Survival, that's it.
Well, she knows. I don't know what it is.
Any other comments on The Walking Dead? I thought it was a flawless
You know what?
episode.
I'm not gonna lie. This whole week, every show introduced a characters.
Technically, this is a reintroduction.
Okay, you got me there. But I admittedly, most of the time I zone out, and I'm always like telling people who can't get into it. It was like, well, some episodes are slow and there's a lot of talking, but this one, it was like halfway, just like, oh, blah blah blah. This we need penicillin, that, and drink your tea, and like, then out of
it
nowhere,
was just chaos.
yeah. Like I admit that's when it hit the fan. It hit the fan. Like at first I thought it was like, oh, some stupid shit's gonna happen. Like inside those little cell blocks.
It wasn't Undercity Chaos. It was Inner Prison Chaos.
Oh my god, dude! I felt like it. I really felt like that really put you. And my favorite moment, dude, was at the end when it's all said and done. Like Herschel sits down, he's gonna bust out his Bible and like read,
and he just starts
breaks
crying.
down and starts crying because you know
he was the only one that held hope the whole time.
Yeah,
because he was telling everybody, he's like, "Get back in your cells. Don't look at this.
Yeah, don't look at this." And like the thing is about that whole thing with Herschel is like I think the whole theme of this season has been really like, and it's like Herschel's kind of like crystallized it. It's like it's not how it's how you choose to spend like your last, like you know you're gonna die, like we all know we're gonna die, but it's really a metaphor for like how you choose to live like the rest of your days out. And Herschel really thought, well, I could just kind of try to keep myself alive and keep myself busy out here, but he couldn't do that. He had to go in and help people. So it's like really how he chose to live live his life. He knew he could possibly die. Like he knew he wasn't gonna, but he was spending every moment just trying to keep everybody else alive and stay focused.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Someone I can't remember his name. He was some doctor. I was like, all right, there was a character.
The Indian guy.
Yeah, I was like, there's some guy I thought would last, but nope.
Nope, he's dead. But Herschel, the veterinarian, man, like
I know, right? The veterinarian knows how to take care of himself, but apparently the doctor doesn't.
Well, here's the thing: people do not. Veterinarians, like people don't know this, but veterinarians have to know human anatomy, and they have to know.
Oh, I knew that.
And they have to know animal anatomy. So he could.
Well,
if push came to shove, he could operate and do stuff like that.
My little sister's going to that, doing that stuff
Yeah.
at UC Davis.
But I thought it was amazing. Like I thought it was a great episode for Herschel, who him and Maggie have kind of been on the back burner this season. Like Maggie especially has kind of been on the back burner.
Yeah, she's just kind of been here and
Yeah,
there.
because Glenn's been sick, so Glenn's kind of been on the back burner. It's a way to keep him.
I thought that guy was going to croak.
I look like
I
it.
thought he was.
How would you like to get intubated with a nice zombie-infested bag, though? Like.
Well, they
They're
addressed
all
that.
exposed, though.
Well, yeah, that's what they explained. It's like, dude, like we're all exposed. It doesn't matter. But you know what I did like was at the very end when Michonne goes, "So you want to go on a run with me?" And he goes, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah. Oh,
like he's been waiting to get out of the freaking prison.
My favorite was when what's his name, Daryl says, "Oh, you're a tough son of a bitch," and he's like, "Yes, I am." Like it was a good moment for him because he really
he was the hero. He was the hero of this whole situation.
He also had to like kind of say that there was like he had to admit to himself that he's in a hopeless situation because like when he had to take out, he had to basically he wanted to keep all those people alive. That's why he went in there, and he wasn't able to do it. And so that's why that's such a poignant scene where he's just like sitting in the cell crying because it's like him having to admit to himself that like he's got it, like he can do everything. He can do everything he can possibly do, and it still might not be enough. It's kind of like one of those things where. Yeah, but man, that was a great. I really liked that.
That was
episode.
a lot. Almost all those moments, like I was just they were all stuck in there. Like especially it was like, are you going to talk to Daryl right now? He's like, no, I want to have some peace.
He's like, yeah.
So here's my next question. Like, what do you guys think is going to be Daryl's reaction when Rick
He's
tells,
gonna flip out?
Like, do you think?
Hopefully, he takes it out on Bob. I don't like that guy.
I don't know.
Do you think he'll leave, or do you think
no? I think he's gonna.
Shane's here, everybody.
I think he's gonna understand just because he was a part of the council, so he's supposed to think with a leveled head. He's like you said, he's gonna be pissed, but he's gonna be like, you know what, like.
You think he's gonna go try to get her though?
No, I don't think so.
I think she's gonna turn up somewhere in charge of another group.
I think she's gonna kill the governor at the end. I think it's just going to be a complete surprise. Yeah, I think she's going to kill the governor at the end.
All right.
You mean like how Merle tried? Or
I think it's going to be straight like either gunshot, and she's going to be like, see, you guys never had the balls to kill people, but guess who has now?
Carl.
No, well, yeah. But because she already killed the other two guys, and she's doing it for the better. So she's going to come back and be like, holy crap, it's the governor. And while everybody's trying to like defuse the situation where it's probably going to be a standoff between the governor and maybe like 2 or 3 people, or maybe just Rick, Carol's going to come in.
I did admit,
one
of the last comments I wanted to make was there was one idiot guy who was like pulled out a gun and just stood there. It's like getting bitten. He's like, oh, how did this happen?
Oh yeah, he got bit by his son or something. Yeah.
His name was. I looked it up online. His name was Henry or something.
I thought what's his name? Why can't I remember?
Well, I thought it was funny that he's like squeezed off a shot because he was like, ah! Why wouldn't you just go,
Oh yeah, and then he killed the little girl, the little innocent girl that like.
Oh yeah, she came running out of her cell.
She's like, "What?" Bloop, right in the forehead. You're like, "Oh."
It was a good.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
But you know that? Do you know that's how Carl loses his eye in the comic books?
Cool. I did not read the comic book, so now it's good to know.
How did he lose his eye?
He basically the same situation.
far.
They have like a closed off fortress, and they have like normal houses, kind of like Woodbury, but a lot heavier protected and nobody evil. But the zombies get in, and he bites the mayor, and he just starts doing shots randomly, and like
Drinking?
no, like
I'm getting bit.
gunshots. He starts just freaking flying, and Rick like runs to him and tries to save him, but kills all the zombies. And then you hear Carl go, "Dad," and he looks, and he's just fucking his left side of his face is blown out.
Whoa!
And he just hits the floor. And the next thing they're like trying to help him, and that's when he gets his like lost memory and all that. So
Wasn't Last Thoughts a while ago?
Huh?
Oh no, keep going.
Yeah, no, he like loses memory, and he slowly but surely he regains everything about like killing a kid.
Man, I would not mind losing my memory, like in the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad thing. Like,
Well, it was like
You mean
he
like the 28
forgot.
days
He
later
forgot.
guy?
yeah, well, not that.
Well, he loses memory for like the last like 2 or 3 months. Like it's not like, oh, where am I? Oh shit, we're in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
it's not like that.
That would be okay with me. Like, oh, I have no memory of my family being eaten alive. That's good. Like, awesome.
It all slowly
I'll
comes
take
back,
that.
though. It all comes back. But after that, Carl still realizes like we're in dangerous times.
Like, don't be like James Tynion. He thought it was a good idea for Red Hood. It's not.
Oh, let's
not.
not talk about. But in the interview with Scott Liddell said if they do offer him to write Red Hood again, he will jump on it in a heartbeat.
I would hope he does.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into this week's brand new comics. Go ahead and take it away, Rene.
Go, Rene.
All right, so this week we got Ape Sapien, Adventure Time, Candy Capers, All New X-Men, Aquaman Volume 3, Astro City, Avengers Arena, Batgirl 25, Batman 25, Batman Arkham Unhinged, Batman Little Gotham, Battlestar Galactica, Captain America Living Legend, Catalysm Ultimate Spider-Man, Clown Fatale, Coffin Hill, Constantine's Deadpool, Doctor Who Prisoners of Time, Federal Bureau of Physics, Fearless Defenders, Forever Evil Arkham War, GFT Oz, Green Lantern Corps, Injustice Gods Among Us Annual, Justice League of America Vibe, Katana, Manhattan Project, Manifest Destiny, Mars Attacks Judge Dredd, Marvel Universe Avengers Assemble, My Little Pony Micro Series, Nightwing, Nor, Red Lanterns Volume 3, Rocket Girl, Savage Wolverine, Scott Pilgrim, Colored Volume 4, Shaolin Cowboy, Shoot First, Sonic Mega Man Worlds Collide, Sons of Anarchy, Star Trek Con, Star Wars, Suicide Squad, and Superboy. Also, Superior Foes of Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, Superman, Wonder Woman, Swamp Thing Volume 3, Thor God of Thunder, 3, TMNT Color Classics Series, Umbrella, Unity, Walking Dead Volume 19, Wolverine, World's Finest X, and X-Men Gold. That concludes this week's brand new comics.
Thank you very much, Rene. Where is...
He just-
okay.
20th Century Man right here.
What? Shane, you guys need to listen to me, Shane. Like, why does he sound like that? 20th Century Man here, Shane. All right, so Robert Kirkman is actually going to be doing a new TV show. It's off of... I'm going to say it was a comic, I guess. I don't know.
What's it about?
It is called Outcasts, and it is going to be about demons and possessions and stuff like that. So he says it's going to be even more scarier than The Walking Dead. He says, despite the success of The Walking Dead, Outcast is only my second foray into the horror genre. I think Kyle Barnes, which is going to be our main character, is even a bitter, compelling as Rick Grimm's, and demonic possessions is way scarier than zombies. So this is going to be fun. Starting a new project is like setting on a long journey and I asked for and I couldn't ask for a better travel companion than Dave April, which is going to be his other co-host. I mean, not co-host,
Writer?
executive producer, and Sharon Tal Yando. And I'm thrilled to be a part of it, of what Cinemax has planned for the next few years. So it will be on Cinemax. Apparently, they do have a contract for a couple of seasons.
Well, that's pretty good if it's on like one of those like cable, like premium channels
yeah.
where you have like
a big audience. And
you can
whatnot.
do anything you want to. Like nothing is
Oh,
censored.
dude, tits, ass, everything. He could.
Besides
I
that,
think
like
everything-
gore and stuff.
Yeah,
like, you know,
dude, he
do
can
a
make
lot
it
of
as
bloody
gory.
stuff.
I didn't think about that either. But the cool thing is that Kirkman is also doing the Walking Dead companion series. That's in development, as well as an adaptation to Thief of Thieves. So the Thief of Thieves comic that they have, they're going to be doing something with that as well. So I think that's pretty awesome that at least they've been that Robert Kirkman, a very famous writer, has finally gotten to the next level, if you will. There's several people like Jeff Johns, Neil Gaiman, that either wrote in some sort of form, which was Neil Gaiman first famous for being an author before a comic book writer. So he was an author, then became a comic book writer. Then from there, actually wrote a couple of TV shows. I think he wrote a little bit for...
He wrote for Doctor Who.
He did write for Doctor
Yeah,
Who.
that was
How
really
are
good.
those episodes?
Really good.
He wrote one episode and it was like amazing. It was really good. It was more of like an internal battle with the Doctor than just physical. Like it was really good.
I heard that there's actually like a couple of Doctor Who episodes that are extremely freaky or scary.
That is a show when it wants to be, can be one of the scariest I've ever seen. Up there with like the best like Twilight Zones and stuff like that. When it wants to be, it can be funny. That's the weird thing about that show is it doesn't really fit into one.
Yeah.
And you're okay with like the cheesy effects that they have?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Because after a while, it really becomes more about the character than it really does about the effects. It's just, they're on a shoestring. The effects get better as they go along,
Yeah.
as the seasons go
Obviously,
along.
throughout the years. How long has it been going now? 50 years?
50 years.
50
But like
years.
even the difference between like the first season with Chris Eccleston, which was what? Now it's 6 years ago, 7 years ago?
Yeah, 7 years
like
ago.
the
yeah.
effects now are the show just makes a ton more money now, so they give it a bigger budget every year.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, watch watch one show. For you, I would suggest a show called Midnight. Just an episode called Midnight.
Oh,
Look it up
Midnight.
on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't really need to know anything about the character.
Yeah.
And it's a standalone. You can just watch it.
The standalones are usually they're really
It's
good.
called Midnight. Watch it. You will freak out.
I will go ahead and I will watch it. You know what's been on recently is The Evil Dead. That's been on TV quite a bit. And I've been watching
Which one?
They put it on
the new one.
Netflix too. Well, I mean the older ones though.
the older
but,
ones.
yeah.
I actually got to see Evil Dead 2, and I couldn't help but laugh my ass off.
That's
through
how
the
it is.
whole
It's
supposed to be.
thing.
That's how it is.
Well, the first, if you think about it, Evil Dead, the first one was scary.
Mm-hmm.
There was
It was.
That was
nothing
creepy.
funny about it.
it was
Nothing
bloody.
at
It was
all.
like you were like, oh my god.
That was like
There was like
people.
one or two funny lines, like, I heard about getting wood, but this is ridiculous.
Yes.
Like that part, yeah. But the first one was just scary as hell.
Yeah, when the lady's popping out of the basement, that always,
yeah.
Wait, what's
that
that
always
line?
disturbed
That
me
laugh?
as a kid.
Dead by dawn.
Yeah,
Dead by dawn. Dead by
By
dawn.
dawn. Yeah. And just the things that she was saying, I was like, oh man. But I feel that the remake, I think it held just as well as the Evil Dead. Even though it's called Evil Dead, we all call it the Evil Dead. The second one, yeah, freaking hilarious. The third one, if not funnier. Actually,
Yeah.
Army of Darkness is probably my favorite out of the three, just because
Yeah.
it's
the greatest
so
movie of all time.
cheesy.
Yeah.
All
You
the
just
video
love
games are so
first
hilarious.
This
example.
is my boomstick. Shop smart. Shop S smart. You got that? I was like, yeah, like everything about
Hail
that
to the
one.
king, baby.
Probably one,
Right?
one of my favorite lines that I quote to this day when he tells the king, "Hey, I never even saw these assholes.
I never saw these assholes before.
I love the
I
way.
can imagine you guys at the house party getting ready. Like, hey, you got to understand, man.
I'm not
I
even
never
with
saw
these assholes. Not even with these
Like, it's like
assholes.
he's talking to a cop. I always say it's so awesome.
This isn't kamikaze. What am I doing here?
But yeah, it's just I'm really glad for Kirkman. It's another writer that just gets to go ahead and uprise from. I mean, there's nothing bad he's come out. Even reading the Walking Dead comics, there has yet to be like a dull issue, even if it's just a setup issue. It's really good.
That's how I felt about Justice League. I've loved every issue.
Is Jeff Johns still on Justice League?
He's always been.
Was Jeff Johns a comic book writer before, or was he a TV show writer before?
No, he was involved in TV shows, but he never broke out, and then he got back into he went into comic book writing. He was originally he originally studied like films and stuff like that, and he was with Robert Redford.
Robert Rodriguez?
No. It was some other.
I need to get you to
some other
Justice League,
big
man.
executive producer in the movie world, and he like taught him a few things, but then he found out that he likes comic book writing more. He gets to express how he is in comic book writing.
What about Whedon?
Whedon was television, I think.
Yeah.
And then got into, now he's doing comics and stuff, but I think he started out doing screenwriting.
Yeah. He did screenwriting for Buffy, and then he broke out.
Yeah,
doing
that's
Firefly.
what it was.
He did. He was executive producer for Buffy, and then he broke out in Firefly, and then after that, he just like started doing small projects, and then now he's this big time
Big bad in a big
Director.
back in a big bad.
He's like,
way.
I'm back, bitches.
I know, basically. All right, you guys. Just because Rene did have this as his music, I think we should play it in the background. Spidey, our good man Spidey, and the New York Fire Department.
What?
Are going to go ahead and be teaming up. Obviously, we are used to Spider-Man randomly being a part of the police force or something, and he'll wear a hat.
Yeah.
He'll do something silly. That's just our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the people that are going to be watching the movie are going to be a little like, what the hell is going on? But we all know from the comic books, other than Superior Spider-Man, Spider-Man used to he was just the goofy guy.
He
what
was
the
like
hell?
a big kid, He's like, wow,
Yeah,
And then when
he was
sees
like
the
a version of
Avengers-
Shazam almost.
Right? Yeah, he was like Marvel Marvel Shazam.
Yeah. Even though, did he ever get it on like Donkey Kong with Mary Jane?
Yeah, they got married.
Yeah, they got married.
They got married. You think they would have had a kid?
No, I think they retroactively like divorced them or something. Or never.
He was
got married.
divorced, but now
Now he was like never married.
now Superior Spider-Man dumped Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Like, he just they were going to get back
Cut all
together.
ties with her.
And now he's what? Gonna handle a little.
Black cat.
No, he doesn't
Little
have
black
time
hat
for that,
on.
man. He's one of those characters. He's the mad scientist still.
He's not
He
getting
doesn't-
Octopussy.
He doesn't have time for That's a different franchise, my
Well,
friend.
he's dating that one college chick, isn't she? I mean, isn't he that little short
Oh,
girl?
yeah.
He's dating her.
That's
Oh,
right.
all the tall guys always get the short women. Damn it.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. If I was like an older dude trapped in a younger man's body, that's the first thing I'd aim for. Is like, what's all this new pool of girls like?
Oh wow.
But
Can we delete that? Can
they-
we edit that in post?
no, I won't. I refuse.
They'd be like, dude,
Because the
Spider-Man,
music's in the background, so it'll skip the music.
Oh, there you go.
'Cause that's more important.
You know, I
That's
just
a good-
you know, somebody will be like, Spider-Man
That's a
needs to
good
get back to
excuse.
saving people. Be like, oh yeah, that. God.
But they do have new pictures of not only Spidey helping out the New York Fire Department, but there is Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, and a
Yes.
very clean picture of Electro. So
Looks pretty cool.
I'm personally excited. They are going to be releasing a trailer in The Hobbit, the desolation of
Smoke.
Mayug or whatever it is.
Smog.
Smog.
I need to watch those Lord of the Rings and Hobbit.
I do not need to watch those Lord of the
You
Rings.
never seen Lord of the Rings?
Never seen
I
Lord of
don't
the
care
Rings?
for it.
What?
Have you watched it?
Boring as hell to me.
Shane just looks up.
Have you watched the first one?
It's boring to me. I can't do it.
Have you watched the first one?
Yes.
Have you watched the second one?
Yes.
Have you watched the third one?
Yes.
Have you watched The Hobbit?
No.
Thanks, Billy.
If I
that
watched
one.
if I watched
being
the
the
first
coolest
three
person right
and I
now.
didn't like them, like what is this fucking
It's
regular
regular
show? Like the
Regular
hell?
show. Oh!
Hey, Matt, thanks.
For what?
For being the coolest loser I know.
Oh! Killing all of your mics right now. Killed so I could talk.
I can't believe that worked.
We all jumped in. Me and Billy were like, we know where he's going.
You guys are lame. Anyways, damn it, what the hell was
We
I
were talking
gonna-
about Spider-Man.
Oh, no, we were talking about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well, the topic was Spider-Man, but we're
Lord of
talking
the
about
Rings,
everything else.
Lord of the Rings, I
second greatest movie trilogy of all time.
Star Wars is the first.
Nope.
Oh, Alien.
God,
Nope.
is he going to say The Evil Dead right now?
Nope. When they finished the third Bridget Jones movie. That would be the greatest.
That was funny. I was not. We're all serious too. Like, what is he talking about? We're all like in awe. Our mouth was open. Like, tell us.
What is it?
Tell us about the rabbits,
What
George.
is
George.
Tell us.
Tell us about the rabbits, George.
I
Oh,
still,
dude. I might add. Kevin Smith was talking crap on Fanboys, the movie.
What?
Really?
He was like, yeah. He was like, well, you know.
Wasn't he in that?
Yeah, he was. He was it, dude.
That's
he's
probably
like,
why.
yeah,
he was
well, he's
there.
like, well, they have like B-rated movies that do really good. I mean, like, look at Fanboys. I mean, that was all about just some guy that had cancer and wanted to see the Star Wars movie. Look how great that did.
Is
I
he
mean,
just
that means that there's
sourpuss about his movies, though?
I don't know, but this is this is the funny thing. I need to address this. I don't know if I addressed it last week, but I was watching the original Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
I love
And we
it.
had a comment on George A. Romero talking smack on other people's.
That's right. We talked about that. Yeah.
He has, all right, dude, fatal flaw in your movie, George A. Romero, if you're ever listening, which I doubt it, but still, I'm attacking your ass anyways.
Yeah, we'll
in
do
the
it anyways.
original Night of the Living Dead,
Yeah.
a zombie picks up a brick
Yeah.
and breaks a window to try and get in to get the girl.
Yeah.
Yet the rest of the zombies are so retarded that they can't try and open
No,
the
a
door.
couple of them pick because I just saw it again when I went to go see it when they did it for Mystery Science Theater or for Rift Tracks. They're like holding like clubs and stuff. There's a couple of them.
But when are any of them strong enough to actually break a window and have that much force?
At the end of the movie, they are.
Yeah.
No, they're all just leaning against the windows and trying to break in.
They all get in at the end, and they get.
But that's the thing, is that his zombies were like somewhat semi-intelligent, and yet when we go full intelligent or running or going so, there's nothing that satisfies. His zombies don't make sense.
That's what I said. I said that he really. It sounded like sour grapes when he was
I
complaining.
loved it. I mean,
What?
I love the Night of the Living Dead.
I do too. It's a great.
Oh man, you know the other thing that irked me that I didn't think about this
All
until
right,
years
are
later.
the Living Dead or the Dead series? Because there's a big difference.
Night of the Living Dead, the first movie.
Okay.
But you know what? I
Where
just
you going?
I just realized that that guy in the cellar, he was a total jerk, but he was actually right. They would have made it, and they all kicked it in the cellar.
Yeah.
We should ask this guy in the Red Dead Redemption zombie shirt.
Steve Zissou is here. There's a reference. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
What'd you think of the Night of the Living Dead, the original?
Classic one?
Yeah, the black and white one.
You know what? I've never seen the classic one. I've never seen the classic one.
Oh, you not have it?
How have you? You're wearing that Undead Nightmare shirt, and you.
I got this from my girlfriend, actually.
Oh.
First of all, cool girlfriend to buy a video game
She
shirt.
didn't play this one, so I mean.
That's your homework before you come in the store again.
You're not allowed. Take a
Make sure
picture
you-
of him, Sue. Done.
It's a public domain movie. You can find it anywhere for free.
For free,
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Night of the Living Dead. You could look on YouTube and get it.
But I'm still the coolest loser I know.
Oh, yeah!
Those ducks are thugs. By the way, that's my wife's. When she gets a text message, you hear it go, "Those ducks are thugs." Like, awesome, regular show.
Wait. How old's your wife?
She just turned 40.
And you guys sit there with your daughter and all watch the regular show.
Do you not watch the regular
That's
show?
Wait.
a happy marriage.
If you
dude.
didn't if you didn't have your daughter, do you feel you would still be watching the
I
regular
would
show?
probably watch regular show and Adventure Time. I'm not kidding. That's right up there. Yeah,
love
see,
it.
it's right up
See,
there. It's right up, I watch Archer. That I don't have.
No, Archer.
But it's
I
animated.
I love Archer.
Yeah, but Archer's pretty freaking adult.
Well, so are regular show and Adventure Time. There's a
yeah.
lot of jokes that go right over the kids' heads. There's a lot of references for people my age.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Like the geese turning into Ghidorah, and then them turning into basically Johnny Sacco and fighting the. Come on, dude. That's all.
I love the what's it called, brown paper bag in the sodas.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right?
See?
All right, you guys, the trial of Jean Grey is going to be coming soon. It's going to start in all new X-Men number 22 in January.
Jean Grey is dead.
Well,
She's dead. Well, not in all new X-Men.
it's teenage Jean Grey, and in order that she stands
Jean
trial,
Grey.
she stands trial for the world-killing actions of the Phoenix Force.
Oh, so she has to stand trial. It's almost like Minority Report. She's going to stand trial for a crime she hasn't yet committed.
Yeah, but you know what? There was back in the day. I really wanted to read it. I don't know. Maybe Rene knows about it, even though he's totally not paying attention right now. And still not paying attention?
I'm still not paying attention to you.
I need to talk to you.
Okay, go
You're the
ahead.
only one that would know this
Okay.
shit. Did you ever read The Trial of Gambit, where they
No.
find out that he betrayed the X-Men?
No, I haven't read that.
Where they found out that he's a lame character and put him...
All he
Well,
does is just throw
supposedly-
kablooey things.
Yeah, your entire
Supposedly-
generation holds him up like he's the greatest X-Man of all time.
I love Gambit. I love Gambit.
I'm a
freaking
Nightcrawler
love
fan.
Gambit. Really? I heard
I
they're
love
bringing him
Nightcrawler.
back.
Dude,
They just
yeah,
did
he's right
it.
there.
Blue Elf.
He's all with his sword.
Why does he have a sword? He doesn't
Why
need a
would he
sword.
not have a sword, dude? He's like,
Why is he fighting
You're a
pirates?
teleporter
Why is he
and
fighting
you have
pirates? Pirates!
dude, why are you questioning my
Pirates!
awesomeness?
Because it's Marvel.
Because it's amazing.
Because it makes no sense. If it was amazing, we'd have Amazing Spider-Man, but we don't anymore.
No, but we have an Amazing X-Men now. What?
We have
Do we
everything
really?
X-Men.
Yeah, it's called Amazing X-Men.
Ah, that's freaking lame.
There's
What?
everything X-Men. It's Amazing X-Men. It's a Virgin vs. X-Men.
The
what is it,
Virgin
Uncanny
X-Men. There's a whole bunch
Uncanny
of them.
X-Men.
Untouched X-Men. It's just Rogue running around. I can't touch anybody.
Why are you mad about that?
I know, but in the Deadpool video game, you have to like. It's funny because you
That's
get
why you're mad. It's
you
all
get
just-
Rogue.
everybody's anger today stems from video games.
Rogue. You're like, oh, I have to. Rogue is dying, and she needs my healing factor, and it needs to be skin to skin touch.
Oh,
And, like,
yeah.
Out of nowhere, somehow, she gets your healing factor, but since she gets your powers, she's wearing your mask. And you're like, oh, Rogue, no, that's enough. And, like, she turns into Deadpool for, like, a quick, like, 2 or 3 minutes. So you get to mess up people. And, like, she has, what's her accent again? Where is she from? She's not from New Orleans, is she?
She's from the South, I think. She says, like,
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah, so
Doesn't she
she's
say
like,
sugar?
she's like, that's what she says to you. She's like, that's the best you got, sugar. And she's just messing people up left and right. It was freaking
Probably
awesome.
Mississippi
Well,
or
do
something.
Canadians say bub a lot?
No.
No.
They
Bub,
say
but Bub
A.
is like a 40s
Yeah,
thing.
why don't we ever have Wolverine say A?
Take off, eh?
Take off, eh?
Take off, hoser.
Sneak, hey.
That was freaking hilarious.
Hey, take off,
I
eh?
can imagine them walking to a meeting, just like, what's all this about?
It's a boot dignity.
Why does everybody always laugh every time I say that?
It's a boot dignity. It's a boot respect.
All right,
You
you
guys
guys.
are dicks.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna have to kill your mics. Don't worry. It's not because I'm trying to cut you off. I just want to try and get a little serious here. There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is dimension of a vast space, and as timeless as. Dang it! That's why I wanted to try and do this without you guys. All right, I'm bringing your mics.
This isn't
back
about
up. Hold
Grant
on.
Morrison, is it?
It's in the middle of the ground between light and shadow, between the science and superstitious, and it lies between the pits of man's fear and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone. Those are the immortal words of Ron Serling.
My man Rod.
We are actually going to get a Twilight Zone comic book. It will be coming on Dynamite Entertainment, which I don't normally pick up.
Sorry.
Dynamite. I don't normally pick up Dynamite, but I'm not going to lie. I think I might have to for this. I love Twilight Zone. It's going to be coming in December 2013. They're going to have a couple of different writers on it. So they're going to... I don't know if they're going to bring new stories or write old stories, but the franchise is coming to comic books. So I think that's an amazing idea just because, like, Mario and I were 20th Century Man, excuse me.
Hi.
We were talking about earlier that they'd probably do each episode, it'll be like one-shot comics. And then maybe if it's like a big story arc, they'll do like 2 issues and whatnot. So, from a big Twilight Zone fan,
Huge.
are you going to jump on this or not?
Yeah, I'm going to jump. Those stories are great. It just depends. You know, the Twilight Zone was all about the writing. The original show, you had guys like Richard Matheson and all those guys.
And then for the movie, you had people rewriting them. I think Steven Spielberg was one of them, was he not?
He directed one.
The first one with the old people.
One. Yeah. But I'm excited if you get good writers. I think it's something that you can draw and think about it. It's a one shot, so you can get guys from all over the industry come in and do like a guest. And there's a lot of guys that.
Yeah.
My favorite episode of Twilight Zone is the one where the guy loves to read books. And he gets
his glasses break at the end.
The penguin.
At the end. Yeah,
it's the penguin.
Yeah,
and Burgess Meredith who played the penguin on the original.
Oh, hold on, I gotta kill the mics. So
there
good.
We go.
My favorite Twilight Zone episode is actually one of the remakes that I talked about a while ago. It is when they're trying to do operation on this person to make them look like everybody else.
Yeah.
And,
Eye of the Beholder is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I saw that in class.
The remake was not that they were like pig faced or anything, but everyone had Down syndrome. And she wanted to look like everybody else, and she looked to us normal. But in this world, everybody has the Down syndrome. Like, they have a face and they look like they have Down syndrome. They're like, I'm sorry, we can't help you. So I thought that was an amazing episode and a great twist from the original. Because how can you top, like a pig face, dude? Like, not saying that it's an insult towards anyone that has Down syndrome, but it was like, it's something that's natural causing. That was the trippy thing. It wasn't something that was so, not artificial, not superficial. What am I trying to say? I don't know. What about you, Billy? You got any favorite Twilight Zone episodes?
I think one of the classes was the one with William Shatner.
There's something out on the wing.
That's
students.
Yeah.
Students.
I mean, that was remade for the movie, right?
That was
with John Lithgow.
Yeah. And I have to admit, he actually scared the shit out of me more than Shatner.
Oh, the creature in on the show just looks like a little fat. It's got really furry and it's like the one on that thing's still terrifying. The one in the Twilight Zone the movie.
It was good.
I did like when the Treehouse of Horrors redid it, and it was for the bus. Remember, as a little gremlin thing.
Yeah, no,
and it had like the head of Ned Flanders. Yeah. I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Going off topic because you said Treehouse of Horror. I like the one when the Treehouse of Horror did Rear Window with Bart.
Yes.
Yeah, remember that one where he breaks his
human
leg?
Head of lettuce.
Yeah, and he thinks Flanders is a killer. So he's like using his telescope and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. And he's in the cast, right?
Yeah.
And he's like trying to run, and it just does not work.
Oh yeah, no wait, never mind. That's not a Treehouse episode.
It was a regular episode.
Yeah, it's a regular episode because he ends up falling, and like I don't know, like so, I guess he's in more of a cast now after that. The end of that episode. So.
What about our good man 20th Century? And of course, from a huge.
I have so
Twilight
many.
Zone.
I have so many favorites, man. Talking Tina is one of my favorites. I don't know if you guys know with a killer doll where she kills Telly Savalas. I'm Talking Tina, and I hate you. There's
you don't do
dolls.
good well with dolls.
No,
or
like Dead Silence scares the crap out of me.
There's the one where the kid can send people into the cornfield. That one's awesome.
Yeah, that one's cool.
There's the one where.
And then they remake it in the movie.
Yeah. Then there's another good one is.
Isn't there a sequel to that one?
I think they did, but it wasn't in the original show.
No, it wasn't in the older one. In the newer one.
Then, God, there's so many, man.
What about the neighborhood one where everything stops in the neighborhood
and everybody freaks out and starts blaming each other?
Yeah, and they start going to the house that has lights in it.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And next thing you know, you find out it was aliens testing us.
Yeah. And they're like, see how easy it is to invade them? Like,
and then
all you have to do is cast suspicion. It's basically about communism.
Yeah, and then the same thing happened in 2002 when they brought it back, but it would end up being our government that was testing us. Which I thought that was kind of cool. But I don't know. I kind of like the alien take more.
There was another good one was, God, I don't have. You know what's a good one? The one where the lady's living alone and the little aliens invade. They look like little toy robots.
Oh, yeah.
And she's fighting them in the house, and then she like kills them, and then she destroys their ship. And at the end, you see that it was an American spaceship.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one I like is it's like a heartfelt episode more than freaky. It was the one where the guy makes a deal with the devil, and he finds out that the little girl that he was like always talked to and such, that she died. So he made another deal with the devil, saying that if he takes him, bring her back.
Yeah.
And he ends up leaving, and the girl comes back. And I thought that was a really good
Did you ever see
episode.
the one with the Howling Man where they have the devil? It's like these guys are up in a monastery and they actually have the devil captive. It's like after World War I.
Oh.
And all he does is howl. He like screams like an animal.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, he gets stuck. Like he's like, I need shelter from the storm, and they let him in.
See, like,
And he finds the guy in the cell, and he's like, please let me out. These monks are crazy. Like, they won't let me out. And they're like, whatever you do not talk to this guy. Like, don't go back in there. And he ends up like, no, you got to help me. You got to help me. He lets him out, and it's the devil.
Yeah.
And then he like causes like World War II, like all the,
You mean Hitler?
Yeah, he causes everything. Yeah.
No, but like another way to see these episodes, if you guys are watching, usually around either Thanksgiving or Christmas time, like Sci-Fi will do a marathon of original Twilight
they always,
songs.
they always do it
So
on
it's
Halloween
amazing.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone
Okay,
do
so
that. It's
there's one
super
episode.
cool.
There's one episode that always freaked me out, but
Let's
I
talk
never
about it.
know. I never knew which one it was. You'll know. The only scene I really remember is he lifts up his arm and he finds out that he's a robot.
Oh.
And he has like all these things inside of him. He's like, crap. Like, but somehow he knows how to fix himself. Like he has like lost memory or something.
I don't remember. There's a couple of those like that. There's
Didn't
one
Batman the Animated Series did an episode like that?
where the guy woke up and didn't know he was a cyborg.
It was Batman. He was created by Hardak.
What?
Where he
Really?
goes visits somebody like in his greenhouse. He's like, I need help, and like in his bat chest, like a bunch of circuits.
Oh, dude, I
Oh,
do
that's
not
cool.
recall that.
Yeah, there
See,
was like
they
a,
I don't know what episode that. There's a couple
They
like
have
that.
to put the animated series on Netflix.
They have to.
They have to. It's,
Damn it.
It's too
I
much.
know.
Too
that was
much.
one of my favorite episodes.
You can
Dude.
make. They're making a lot of money off of buying. I have the first season of the animated series on DVD.
The first episode was great. Was it On Leather Wings?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think so.
Do you
Yeah.
That-
guys want to hear? Do you guys want to hear a tragic story? I found the first episode,
Oh,
the first season, at Big Lots for $5. Like
Of the
a well-
animated series?
Yeah, it was
Did
the
you
whole.
buy it?
Yeah, I did for $5.
Dude, on
and it came with
Amazon?
It came with Superman.
Nice.
Like, dude, on Amazon, it's like probably like $25 to like 26. I'm like, damn it.
I might add the original artist of the Teen Titans and a few stuff before that.
Titans go.
He passed away last week.
Oh, Nick Cardigan?
Oh,
Yes.
man.
I remember him. You know who else passed away?
Who?
I think it was big news. I forgot her real name, but I know she did the voice of Miss Krabobble.
Dude, we already.
Oh,
we
it was
already
Marsha
talked about
Wallace.
that.
Yeah,
Marsha
yeah.
Wallace was on. She's from the Bob Newhart show.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
something on that they did a skit of it on Hollywood Babylon, Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman's podcast, and it was when she goes on like a second date with this guy, and the guy like basically says like, he's like, well, he asked me if I wanted to get married, and I was like, well, what do you mean? It's kind of odd that you're already asking me on our second date, and he's like, well, I figured I have to ask you now because you might not be, if we're going to get married, I have to make sure that I have to reserve our date for the church because I already made the reservation for it. And on top of it, if you don't want to get married, I have to stop the building dozers from building our house. And he just starts going down into like their future for like a 5-minute rant on how he already planned everything.
That's the kind
Did anyone watch Comic Book Man?
Of course.
Okay, were you a little shocked that Walter was a little bit hesitant on cosplay? Like he kind of bagged on the offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, really?
It's
I
not
was-
the sanctioned.
Yeah, like you're
basically, if
rude-
it's not authentic from DC, he does not approve that you should cosplay. So if you don't buy
Yeah.
it, like it's technically like ripping off.
But that's what makes
rights to
cosplay so interesting is that you take a
You
character
take your own toll on it.
and like you expand it of what it could be or what it could possibly could be.
Well,
Power
obviously
route,
not,
power
because
route.
some people don't know. Because I dressed up as Superboy, and they got
Yeah.
mad because I didn't wear the tights. And I'm like, I'm not gonna wear the tights. I'm modern day Superboy. That's why I'm wearing red jeans. I got my boots. I got my Superman shirt. I got my jacket. Well, it's not a leather jacket. Well, Superboy wouldn't be able to fight in a fucking leather jacket. Okay,
Right? Yeah.
that's why I'm wearing this one. I got my John
Some
Lennon
people
glasses.
get too technical with
Young
the whole
Justice
thing. They don't
Superboy.
appreciate that you
Yet-
try and cosplay.
Yet they don't get mad over steampunk Batman. Fuck you. I don't even give a shit. Like
Okay.
you're doing steampunk stuff. Kiss my ass. But you get mad at modern day Superboy. Excuse fucking me. I will excuse myself from the conversation now.
Mario, do you have anything to add?
I don't cosplay.
Well, guys like you and me, we can't.
I definitely
cosplay.
appreciate
No nonsense. You guys can make up your own superhero.
we just be
like
Hulks.
Beer Man. You can be Beer Man.
No,
and
it's
have,
just
like,
you know what I
appreciate every girl who goes up as Power Girl.
It's amazing. Yeah,
right?
God
I
bless them.
don't because
Yeah.
sometimes they don't
I
deserve
was
to
gonna
be
say,
Power Girl.
I appreciate elements of cosplay, but I'm still of the generation where, like, cosplay now isn't. It's not like that big of a deal, but I'm still of the generation where that type of geek was shunned, so you had to be a socially acceptable type of geek. So I'm still dealing with that. I'm a geek with an identity crisis.
Well, even dressed up, dude, I was
but
like,
I never feel the need to. I like
Hey,
Halloween. I have fun. Like
It's still not BlizzCon. I mean,
That's
those
true.
are the nerds of the nerds.
I had a friend show up. Shout out to our friend Janice from Superiority Complex. She came out in her. She had a mage bathrobe. It
that's
looked pretty
cool.
comfy.
That's cool.
It looked pretty comfy, but. Are BlizzCon's really the lowest of the nerds?
I wouldn't say the lowest, dude. 175 for one day to go to BlizzCon.
Yeah, did you see? I saw like they were doing like the little runway thing, like all the people who dressed up. And
Yeah.
Some guy dressed up as the Minecraft guy.
Oh yeah, they
Did
had
you see
stuff
that video
like
on TV?
No, but
Like,
hey,
he tried to do like the walkway thing, he just fell over, and they had to help him.
That's awesome.
but
I was
hey,
like, dude, you hit the bottom of the barrel. They went to the bottom of that barrel and hit that bottom too.
Nina Mercedes,
Yeah.
the porn star, is apparently into comics, and not only that, likes to cosplay. Here's a nice picture of her with her nip slip. If you look good enough. So
Let me see.
there's a little nip slip in her costume. But yeah, I mean, hell, it just shows how widely accepted geek culture is. I mean, they even made, I'm not over exaggerating, they made an Avengers porno,
that is awesome.
Oh, I
Yeah.
knew about that.
and it has like Nick Fury. No, it's an Iron Man one, and it has like Nick Fury, and supposedly it does like who's the girl in it again?
Black
Black
Widow.
Widow.
Black
and-
Widow.
Yeah, it's freaking hilarious. I couldn't even enjoy it because
I mean,
I was laughing
like,
my ass off. I
to
was like,
see for me to see stuff like that. I mostly laugh at it, and I don't really like. I'm like
you're
not that type of guy. Be like, oh my god, you
oh
know,
my gosh.
you know. I'm not gonna be polishing a rocket while I watch. That.
Thematic porn is weird. Like someone's like, "It's Halloween. Do you can look up Halloween porn?" I was like, "All right." And it's someone Michael Myers with the blonde. Like 2 minutes in, I was like, "Eh."
This is
like,
kind of
I'm gonna go watch-
chills.
I was
You're
like,
killing my childhood, man.
Right? Yeah.
I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go watch some Justice League.
Hey, dude, I've told it to Sue several times when I was collecting the Zenscope comics. Don't mix my smut with my comics, man. I do not want the boobalicious things. And they had
It's kind
very
of-
boobalicious.
yeah,
like Zenscope was
they're
very
notorious
bad.
for the covers at least, and then
And then she'd be like, "Wait, you want the less boob ones? Most people want the more boob one." I was like, "No,
I'm there with you, man. Like that's ridiculous.
It's yeah. Any comics you guys read this past week? I actually got to enjoy Superior Carnage. It is going down a really, really interesting route. There's a couple of other ones. I did get to read the Action tie-in, the annual. A couple of other things. Son of Damien, I'm a little confused about, but it is
That's
also,
Andy Kubert.
but it is also per the New 52. So you have to kind of pull your head out of the New 52 in order to.
I have
understand
a question though before we get into it. Did anyone read Detective Comics for the 0 year tie-in?
I
it.
did.
I did.
Was it good?
It
Yes.
was.
What for Jim Gordon, like his own issue?
Kind of.
I mean, there is like a lot of stuff that I did like, because they did preserve some stuff from like year one, like Commissioner Loeb,
The idea of
him being set up by like his partner.
that's
that's still in there.
like it. I'd say it goes into more detail because when you were reading year one, it was going between technically Detective Gordon, wasn't it?
It was
Yeah.
Lieutenant Gordon,
Lieutenant Gordon
and Detective
and-
Arnold Flass.
And no, I'm not that. Just between Gordon and Bruce Wayne, it was going between the two constantly. In this one, it felt like it was heavily concentrated on Gordon, and I thought it was good. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved everything about it.
And you know, there's a really good scene with Harvey Bullock.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
there
it
is.
is really
For a
good.
quick second, he comes in, and you're kind of like, "All right, All right, I can completely accept
Because
this.
he's a character that you love to hate. Like, he's on the good side. He loves doing the good guy's work. He's just kind of brutal about
Yeah,
it.
he's very Old Testament, as they have described in Gotham Central.
Yeah, but there was a really good scene with him. I really enjoyed Detective last week. It was probably one of the highlights.
It was probably one of the best
Honestly,
ones.
I liked that one.
And thanks for skipping Rene.
Sorry,
Rene,
that's
what
right.
did you read?
I'm sorry.
I just try to catch up on Superior. It's been really good so far.
I still need to jump on the Superior. Has the
It's
trade
good.
come out yet?
Only for volumes 1 and 2.
I don't have to do that then.
Gotta get on it.
It's really good. So I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it because it's really good, and
Alright.
you should read it. Like,
You're always trying to push me towards it, and I think it's about time that I do. I've been pushing off Marvel for quite a while. But I still love Scarlet Spider. It's still one of my favorites. I actually want to cosplay as Scarlet Spider.
Nice.
I want to cosplay as you cosplaying as Scarlet Spider.
So basically, you're going to dress up as Scarlet Spider.
Mm-hmm.
What did I read last week? That was Earth 2 was amazing.
Earth 2?
Earth 2 was great. I loved Green Arrow, and I loved Action Comics.
I know what we should cosplay as.
Those, even though they're both Zero-Year tie-ins, I really loved that they went back in time. They introduced Diggle. They had Diggle meet Roy Harper, and like supposedly that was kind of like it kind of just left it as like when Diggle met Roy Harper, that's when Diggle had a falling out with like Oliver, and so like they kind of planted a nice seed. Same thing with like Action Comics. I like that even though it's Zero-Year in Gotham City, it's not about Batman. It's about digging.
Everybody's 0 year.
Yeah, and that's what I really loved about it because you really get into the characters that you like. So I definitely like loved a lot of that.
So
Batman.
what you're saying is I need to get that action 0 year then.
It's good. If you don't like Lana Lang, I can say you might not like this issue.
Yeah.
And Batman, Superman was great. It was a weird format, but I liked it.
Yeah, it was that sideways cover. And,
Yeah. And then Forever Evil was also like still's got me hooked on it. I love Forever Evil. And what else did I get? The regular shows are pretty funny.
yeah,
I love
always.
those. I did like the new Star Wars. The Star Wars.
Oh, no, I didn't even read it.
Oh,
By
why?
the way, can you guys not pull that for me anymore?
Why?
okay.
I bought it by accident.
Why are you
okay.
not?
I don't like the Star Wars.
Why? Because you feel like you're lost and you don't know any of the characters? That's what you're supposed to feel. Because it's a very, very rough draft of Star Wars.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't pique my interest.
I mean, I'm gonna read it, but I'm not gonna pull the issues. I'm just gonna wait for the trade because I have a lot of other issues I have to read.
You have a lot
Single.
of
I am excited
Like the water
about
temple.
Star Wars, though. Star Wars is awesome. I know what we should cosplay as. Here comes the yawn.
Nah.
That was a little quick end.
What are you, Dory? Nya. Nya. Maybe you speak. That sounded a little orcish. You? No, it didn't. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting off of that.
Who's the? There's a short guy and a really tall guy, and they do magic and stand-up comedy in Vegas.
Penn and Teller?
Yeah, let's be
Yes.
Penn. We'll be the Mexican version of Penn and Telly.
Lapis and Lapis and Teller.
Tell me it wouldn't be a good idea.
That is a good idea.
What did you read?
Because I'm obnoxious. You know what? I'll recommend everybody pick up,
No.
if you want to just do a nice one-shot. Well, it's not a one-shot. It's a 4-issue limited. But it's not... it's not
Jump from like $4 to eventually
no,
20.
well, but it's a limited... It's limited in scope. But Captain America Living Legend. It's really, really cool. Goes back to his World War II origins and kind of brings him up to speed where it's like... You got to check it out. It's cool. It's not tied into anything else that's going on in the Marvel Universe right now. But it's a nice little thumbnail sketch of the Captain. So check that out. I'm reading it. It's really good.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, you guys. And that concludes this week's segment of Undercity Chaos in the Why do I sound like, when you spin the wheel and it goes, the price is right?
That didn't
Yeah.
even get around past the dollar.
I know, right? You got the double zero. Was it?
I am MTR, also known as Matt the Rat, and as always,
Rene.
Billy.
20th Century Man. I had a burp there. Caught my... we're okay.
Oh, wow. We're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We're good, everybody.
Next
we're
week,
good, you guys.
All
and
right.
this transmission ends now.